Hello everyone, my name is Jack and today we are going to be talking about the Obi-Wan TV show that's going to be on Disney Plus. And I am going to be very honest with you. I have no hope in this TV show. And the main reason is very simple. The TV show is made, produced and owned by Disney. And that is the main problem. Disney has had a huge failure in all of its shows, movies, comic books, and even a hotel. So I have little to no faith that this show is going to be anything more than a cash grab, as well as a nostalgia bait feminist ideology that is going to annoy people even more than it already has. And there is a very simple reason for it. We, as Star Wars fans, have had a long history with Disney Star Wars films, shows, comic books that have basically shat on the lore. It has ruined characters. It has ruined all sense of what the Force is. In some cases, literally saying that the Force is feminist. I mean, how is that supposed to be appealing? And I want to actually just pick out a few things that truly show why I have no confidence in Obi-Wan Kenobi and why I believe it is destined to fail. I'll take an example with Rey. Rey is the ultimate Mary Sue, right? And I want to give the perfect example. Rey manages to beat Kylo Ren, who has been trained by Luke Skywalker and Snoke, aka the Emperor. She manages to beat him effortlessly without receiving even a scratch. Uses Force abilities, including the mind manipulation that took Luke Skywalker 3 movies and canonically 6 years to master. She manages to do that effort just literally on her first try, and yeah, does all of that 24 hours, and I am being very generous here because it's more like 12, but 24 hours after discovering that the Force is real. Let that sink in. Because at the time, before she actually went and met Han Solo, she didn't know that the Force, the Empire, all of that stuff was real. She thought that they were stories, that they were make-believe. But as soon as Han Solo says the Force, all of it, it's real, she then suddenly starts to believe that the Force is real. And then she decides, oh, I must be a Jedi, or I must be able to use the Force because, hey, you know, I'm a special character. That is the equivalent of finding out that Hogwarts is real and you saying, oh, I must be a wizard. Or finding out that dragons are real and say, I must be a Targaryen. That is the exact same thing. And that is what makes Rey an ultimate Mary Sue. Literally, she is given everything on a plate. And if you dare question her, then you are seen as sexist, misogynistic, and all of these other things. Which just shows that the people who root for Rey do not understand her as a character or as a person, as an individual. She is nothing special. If anything, she is given everything on the plate of destiny, of accomplishments. She is OP as fuck. And the problem with having characters who are OP as fuck, they have no room to grow. Right? Then, of course, you've got Rise of Skywalker, which has so many problems, from Rose Tico to Canto Bite to Mary Poppins to Alien Titty Milk. But probably one of the best examples is Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker tries to decapitate his nephew, you know, the son of his sister and his best friend. He tries to decapitate him because he is having a nightmare. Now, I don't know about you, but if I have a nightmare, that does not mean I am going to I'm actually going to recreate that nightmare scenario. Alright? I could literally be being chased by a murderer. That does not mean I am going to be a murderer. I mean, if I woke up and I found out that my uncle was hovering over me with a laser sword ready to cut me into pieces, I am pretty sure I would say, yeah, I'm not dealing with this. I'm going to go with this guy, right? Because your family and you almost tried to kill me. He just wants to use me for evil. You want to use me for good, and then you want to kill me in my sleep. I'm not going to trust you. You know, I would turn if that was the scenario. Then you've got Rise of Skywalker, which I've never actually seen. I refuse to actually see any of the Star Wars films. I did not want to see it. But to put it simply, you have the return of the Emperor. And the problem with having the return of the Emperor is the Emperor was killed in Return of the Jedi. He was vaporized. He was thrown down a pit into the Death Star core and disintegrated. Then you had the Death Star Part 2 get destroyed, utterly vaporized, and he got disintegrated again. And he still managed to come back. And the only throwaway line that they had was he must have come back with dark magic, dark Sith magic. How is that an explanation? That is not an that is literally like, yeah, don't talk about it. Yeah. It was yeah. Look at the shiny. Look at the shiny. And that's basically all Star Wars is now. It's nostalgia bait. You've got Boba Fett, you've got the Mandalorian, and all it is the dangling of keys. It is saying, look, here's Slave 1. Oh, look, here's some characters that you recognise from the original films. And it's even more apparent when you actually see the trailer for Obi-Wan Kenobi, because they now are using prequel music to entice the fans back, right? Which I think is hilarious, because you had literally all of the people at Lucasfilm saying, okay, we don't want to reference the prequel trilogy, that, you know, let's pretend that the prequel trilogy is dead. We're going to have new characters, we're going to have our new characters, and everyone's going to love our new characters, and we're going to shit on the original characters, right? But then they realize, oh wait, the people like the original characters. They don't like our shitty Mary Sue characters, or in Finn's case, a character where he had so much potential and we just used him as a throwaway gag by going Ray and having him go on meaningless adventures which had nothing to do with anything. Yeah, that's not a good look for a brand new season or series or film trilogy or even comic book or even games. You know, no one cares about those new characters, and the simple fact that they've ruined so many of the old characters, it does not give me hope about how they're going to treat Obi-Wan Kenobi. I have a feeling that they're going to make Obi-Wan Kenobi a worthless human being who is just going to be treated like shit. They're going to make the black character sympathetic, even though she's going to be a mass murderer. I still believe she's going to be a lesbian. I think that she's going to be the bestest ever, and I think she's going to be in charge of the Inquisitors towards the end of the season, and I even actually think that Darth Vader is going to promote her to be the ones in charge of the Inquisitors. I think that a lot of, again, original characters are just going to be shat on. And at this point in time, I don't care. I literally do not care. I wish that I could care for this show. I wish that I could literally go and see the nostalgia and get hyped up for this season. But after so many years, I mean, we are coming up to 10 years since The Force Awakens has come out. And apart from nostalgia bait and shots that look epic, there is nothing of relevance. It is literally, superficial. Let's take, for example, Rogue One. You got Rogue One. Try and think of anything apart from the Darth Vader lightsaber hallway scene. Can you think of anything in Rogue One that was memorable? Sure, you have, at least one or two characters who had, good characters and acted well, but can you remember any specific things apart from the Darth Vader hallway scene? Because I cannot. Literally, I cannot think of one scene. Then you've also got Solo. The only thing that I have seen of Solo is Darth Maul's return, which I didn't want. Right? I didn't mind Darth Maul's return in the Clone Wars. Well, actually, I did mind, but I could forget about it because the Clone Wars was not canon. So I could be like, yeah, well, Darth Maul's back, but, I don't really care. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he's back. It doesn't really make sense how he survived, but, it's not canon. And then, of course, with Solo, it's now become canon that Darth Maul is back. He got cut in half, right? But then again, Darth Sidious was vaporized twice. So the whole attitude of, a character surviving those kind of extreme odds it it doesn't seem like much of a shock anymore. Right? The whole saying no one's really truly gone is so relevant, because it doesn't matter how many characters have died from the prequel trilogy or the original trilogy or even the Disney trilogy. They can bring them back. They can bring them back as many times as they want to shit on them again, or to entice people to go and watch more of their content. That is all Star Wars is now. It is consume, consume, consume. Watch our stuff, enjoy our stuff, buy our stuff. Who cares if it's good? You have to buy this stuff because it's Star Wars. You love Star Wars because you're Star Wars fans. Buy our stuff. Nothing about characters or story or plot. No, it's either nostalgia or consume, consume, consume. And yeah, I again do not believe that Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to be anything more than a complete failure. And sadly, it's not going to stop there, because of course we've got an Ahsoka Tano season coming out, which, if she survives, if Ahsoka survives in that season, right, then I have only one question. Where was she in the sequel trilogy? Why wasn't she there going and helping Luke? Does Kylo Ren actually kill Ahsoka? Where's the baby Yoda? Where's Mando? I know that they will be older, but I mean, Lando is older, and he was still in the last movie. So where are these guys? Disney hasn't got a plan, and all it is look at our stuff, consume our stuff, and if you don't like it, you're racist, you're sexist, you're misogynistic, you are hateful, toxic man babies, and you will never get a girlfriend. Or if you are a girl, you are against the feminist ideals, and you are pulling back on your gender, you are pulling back on your race, you are pulling back on the progress of humanity, because you will not like our poorly written, nostalgia baiting bollocks. Like and subscribe. That's all.